Hello, my beauties. So, I get asked quite a bit about my connection with the angelic realm, and it has shifted quite drastically in the last year and a bit. So, when the angels came in, it was back in 2012, and it was such a phenomenal, poignant weekend. They made themselves so clearly known to me. I basically just dove in with an open heart because I wanted to know more. So, I'm going to save that story for another day. For those of you that don't know that, take a, just keep an eye out for that message when it wants to come through. But anyways, so basically in the last year, a lot has transpired with how I work with, the Ascended Masters and these beautiful beings. And so at the beginning of 2020, before we were even aware of COVID, the guides basically came forward, the angelic realm of my teams came forward, and they said, we're taking a step back this year and we're going to be a support, like, so a broader support, but we're not going to work intimately with you this year and your clients. And I really had a lot of grief come in because they have been basically my everything. Like when they came in, like, they taught me how to say things with such love and compassion. Anything that came through of messages they wanted to relay to my clients was always just a pillowy land. So whatever came in, like however hard it was to hear, like people felt supported in that space. And it was such an incredible thing to witness because it really created that safety for people to be able to receive without feeling judged in the process. So basically, what came in from them when they said, we're taking a step back, the earth is really transforming, and you need more connection with the goddess realm, the ascended masters, these crystalline energies, and really even with the Akashic record coming through. So, when you're an intuitive and you run an intuitive business, that if you don't follow, that wisdom and guidance that drops in, you're just going to be met with resistance. And then things get really, really murky and stuck. But I really, truly didn't know what that looked like. What does life look like without your best friend by your side all day, every day, talking to them? Like, I literally would be like chatting and asking them questions and just really always connected to that sphere. So basically, what came in, they're saying, well, within your own business, we want you to remove the angelic alchemist title. You're kind of pigeonholing your gifts into a certain realm, and you really need to broaden what needs to come through. And so I, just had these waves of grief of like wondering what life would look like without the angelic realm on my team, but also just really leaned into what was really emerging for myself. And when I hosted a retreat last year, like the women were held on such a different caliber that I have never experienced. Like it came from this place of just pure divine energy that like I felt was just that source connector, that streamline to the divine, and just like the reverence of, the energy and the wisdom that poured through was just incredible. So I kind of understood what was needed. It was more about self-sovereignty and reclamation of self, all the parts of us that, we've like abandoned basically because we've made ourselves wrong for just being who we are. It was really this new up leveling of energy that needed to come in. And so I just allowed it to be. And, I went through waves of grief. It would hit me from time to time. And anyone that knows me knows that Archangel Michael's been like my man for so long. So it just felt like, I wouldn't say abandoned, but it just felt like this loss to me in many ways at the beginning of the year. So as things progressed, like it made sense with why things needed to happen as they were. And I came to this sense of being okay if they never came back in. Like, it's like I honor them, I honor that part. And then I just kind of allowed my gifts to integrate. And here's the thing, like I was intuitive before them. Like I've always been intuitive, but I just really love their calibration of energy. I love the safety of just this beautiful angelic hug that when you connect into that vibrancy. So that was the piece that I really clung on to. And I also didn't realize how much I was deferring my power to them or kind of pausing my own guidance and inspiration and checking in with what they had to say versus trusting myself. So I was really bridging that gap in between my own wisdom and my own guidance and really connecting with my higher soul self. So it was really beautiful to witness these parts of unknowingly deferring my energy or asking them to take care of things versus showing up, for myself and making the choices and actions that were necessary. And even another part of that was I was also being shown just how I had taken on, the teachers that I learned from's methodology rather than kind of reflecting and being like, okay, cool. Well, how does does this fit in with my own? So really stripping back so many layers. Like there was like almost this ball of energy that needed to be unwoven. And there were just so many pieces of wisdom that I really got out of it. So come January 1st of this year, I basically was in my beautiful meditative state. I like to do a ritual every single January 1st for the next 12 months. I like to reflect back, and I really like to create this juicy, energetic container to hold me for the next calendar year. And so basically, I was just kind of chilling. I was in the meditative space, really channeling what wanted to come through. And then the beautiful ascended master team came in of these archangels, and they're just like, we're back. And I'm like, what do you mean you're back? I grieved you effers. Like I was mad, but excited and confused. I didn't really know what was going on. And basically, they just relayed so much of what I learned. And they're like, we needed you to connect with us in a way that was elevated and you could actually expand and bring in a different form of this connection rather than pigeonholing them into how we think we should know them or get to know them. So it's really about allowing their energy to streamline through. And it's interesting because even different archangels that I previously didn't consciously work with much are now really taking center stage for me. So I really just love being able to surrender and kind of co-create the pathway forward. So with that, they asked me to start doing messages again, like restart up YouTube, create an Anointed by Angels channel. And I'm like, you want me to use the angel name again when you told me to take it out? But they're like, yes, but we're not going anywhere. And like how you connect to it is very different now. So I just kind of like, I throw them shade all the time. Don't worry. I know some of you are like, how dare you speak to the divine that way? And they've had to kind of chisel me out so I can be playful with them. And it's a lot more fun to throw them a little sauce. But anyways, so it's kind of come full circle and I'm back in connection with them. The way they've been supporting my clients in sessions is just very, very beautiful. There's this reverence, but expansion and this elevation with, their energy and how they're supporting people and really kind of coming to this place of truth that needs to come through. So it's been a wild journey over the last year with the Angelic Realm, but it's really allowed me to find my own pathway with how to work with them. And like even in my business, I feel like it just clicked and everything shifted. And it has been so phenomenal to see the shifts that have even transcended for, my own clients coming in one session. Like that's super exciting. And that's what it's all about. So yeah, the angels, like they're coming in, they're still here for you to connect with them, but just allow yourself to strip away the preconceived notions of who you thought they are. Really be intentional still, always connect with them in the highest light and truth and greatest good. I like to really make that container clear for myself, but really just be curious with how they want to show up for you rather than you needing them to show up in a certain way for your own mental body's sake. So yeah, I'm excited. The angels are back. I'm still working with the Ascended Masters. A lot of light body energies are coming in right now. There's going to be a little bit more angelic work coming back in, which I absolutely love. And it's just co-creation from here on out. So yeah, that's where I'm at. The angels have come back in. Just allow yourself to expand with their energy and what that looks like for you, but just give yourself permission to connect in with your heart and what wants to come through. So thank you for listening. And I will probably do the actual angelic story of when they first came in on another time, but I just wanted to honor what was coming through right here and right now. So I love you. I love you. Love you. Have a beautiful day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.